How are you guys doing? It is Saturday, September 12th, 2020. I here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to take you through playoff basketball, taking through the playoff bubbles, through basketball, hockey, and through a lot of yesterday's baseball as well. First, through the first game of the night, the three seed in the West, Denver Nuggets, were able to beat the second seed Los Angeles Clippers, 111 to 105 to keep the series alive and keep it going for a game six. For the Los Angeles Clippers, mostly going for them. It was Patrick Beverly, one of the starters. He finished with 10 points, a rebound, and assist, a steal, and a block in 27 minutes played. Marcus Morris would finish with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Most of their production would come from their two elite wings. First off, Paul George, their elite shooting guard, would finish with 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks in 42 minutes. He finished with 5 fouls. He shot 8 for 18 from the field, 4 for 10 from 3, and he made all 6 of his free throw attempts. Their best performance of the night will come from their GOAT level small forward, Kawhi Leonard, who in 39 minutes would finish with 36 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals on the night. He would go on to shoot 12 for 24 from the field, 5 for 12 from the 3, and he made all 7 of his free throw attempts. The Denver Nuggets would be the team that would come out on top off the bench for them. Monte Morris, their point guard, would finish with 12 points and 3 steals off the bench in 17 minutes. Out of their starters, Jerry and Grant, their power forward, would finish with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Paul Millsap, their power forward, would finish with 17 points and 6 rebounds. Nikola Jokic, their elite center, would finish with 22 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of blocks as he shot 9 for 17 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, and he made 2 of his 4 free throw attempts on the night. Their point guard, Jamal Murray, would finish with 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. He shot 9 for 25 from the field in 40 minutes, 5 for 7 from 3. This is a game that would come down to the very end because the Clippers were winning most of this game. They would outscore the Clippers by 13 in the fourth to overtake them in the very end, and Michael Porter Jr. would have a very big shot down the stretch. His only field goal of the game, a big three-pointer against the Los Angeles Clippers, at least for someone that's this young in the NBA, it's a very big shot for his career. But like I said, with this win, the Denver Nuggets stay in it, and the Clippers are still one game away from clinching a spot in the Western Conference Finals, and they can do so in a couple of days, or they can do so tomorrow, I mean. Going on to the second game of the night, the Boston Celtics, the 3 seed in the East, were able to clinch a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals against the 5th seed Miami Heat with a 92-87 win against the Toronto Raptors. For the Toronto Raptors, in their very last game of the 2020 season, their shooting guard Norman Powell off the bench would finish with 11 points and 3 rebounds. Their center Serge Ibaka would finish with 14 points and 8 rebounds off the bench. Pascal Siakam, their elite power forward, would finish with 13 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block on the day. Their point guard, Kyle Lowry, would finish with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in 41 minutes. He would foul out in the very last minutes, and he would have some very clutch field goal attempts that would keep them in it, but once he fouled out, the game was basically over. He shot 5 for 15 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the line. Their shooting guard, Fred VanVleet, would lead the team in scoring. He would shoot 8 for 20 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3, with 6 assists and a couple of blocks as well. This is the first time the Toronto Raptors have been eliminated from the playoffs since 2018, when LeBron James basically did it himself when he was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's the end of the line for the defending NBA champs. And with this, they had a really good run, and it went to the very end until Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Boston Celtics, a well-coached side. But jumping to the Boston Celtics, what went well for them, their elite point guard, Kemba Walker, would finish with 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He also finished with 2 steals on the night. He played 44 minutes, shooting 5 for 16 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3, and he made 3 of his 5 free throw attempts. Their other guard, Marcus Smart, would finish with 16 points and 6 assists in 43 minutes. Their shooting guard, Jaylen Brown, would finish with 21 points and 8 rebounds. He finished with 4 steals on the night. Big game for him. And the biggest performance of the night for the Boston Celtics would come from their young elite power forward, Jayson Tatum. He finished the game with 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. As he shot 9 for 23 from the field in 44 minutes, 4 for 8 from 3, and he made 7 of his 10 free throw attempts. Just a big performance yet again to the young resume of the young Duke star. And with this win, like I said, the Boston Celtics are going to advance to play against the 5th seed Miami Heat, who are coming into this next series with a good amount of rest. So I imagine they would have a little bit of an advantage in the first couple of games. But that's a lot to look forward to for the Boston Celtics, as now with the Toronto Raptors being eliminated, only 6 teams remain in the NBA. Now to jump out to what to look forward to today, for Saturday, tonight at 8 o'clock. It'll be game 5 between the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers lead that series 3-1, and they have a chance of being the first team to clinch a spot in the Western Conference Finals, against the winner of the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. But at the same time, the Houston Rockets could extend this series to a game 6. So that's what to look forward to today. Now I'm going to jump out to the WNBA bubble, taking you out to Bradenton just to let you know what's going on over there. First off, the Atlanta Dream were able to beat the Connecticut Sun 82-75. Courtney Williams would lead the way with 20 points and 9 rebounds. The Chicago Sky would go on to beat Dallas despite Arike Ogunbowale's 38 points. With this win, the Chicago Sky are 12-10, and the Seattle Storm still hold the best record in the WNBA. They're now 18-3 after beating the Mercury 83-60. Big game for them as well. And looking forward to what's going on today, the Mystics are going to take the WNBA's worst team, the New York Liberty, on NBA TV at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then the Las Vegas Aces are going to take on the Los Angeles Sparks at 3 o'clock on NBA TV. As two of the West's top teams are facing off, and then the last game of the night, Minnesota Lynx and the Indiana Fever. So that's everything going on in the WNBA bubble. Now I'm going to jump out to the Stanley Cup playoff bubble. What's going on with those 2 series, but for last night, it would be Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and the New York Islanders would go on to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-3 to get their first win of the series. They'll be led by their center, Brock Nelson, who would finish with a goal and an assist. Like I said, they would win 5-3 after scoring 2 of them in the third period to keep them up and above, and put them at least one game closer to clinching a spot in the Stanley Cup final. Looking forward to tonight on NBC. It'll be Game 4 between the Las Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Stars lead that series 2-1. And in addition to that, I'm going to jump out to the MLB just to take you to the games that happen with everything that's going on today. First, starting with the doubleheaders, taking you out to Yankee Stadium. The New York Yankees hosted the Baltimore Orioles. And in the very first game, Garrett Cole will pick up his 5th win of the season. He's now 5-3. He would allow no earned runs, striking out 9 batters in 7 complete innings to give the Yankees the win in 7. This would go down as a complete game, technically. Their third baseman, DJ LeMahieu, would finish 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run as he hit his 6th home run of the season. Brett Gardner would hit his 4th home run of the season, as the center fielder would finish 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run. Additionally, their elite shortstop, Gleyber Torres, would go 1 for 2 with a run on the day. Big win for the Yankees, and jumping into the second game, they would win the second game of the doubleheader 10-1 in 7 innings. For this one, it would be Masahiro Tanaka picking up his 2nd win of the season. He's now 2-2. He would allow 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched, striking out 5 along the way. Their third baseman, DJ LeMahieu, would finish 2 for 3 with 2 runs. Their first baseman, Luke Voigt, would finish 3 for 4 with 6 RBIs and 3 runs. Amazing game from him. He would hit two home runs on the day. He now has 16 and leading the major leagues, by the way. Their elite shortstop, Gleyber Torres, would finish 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run as well. With both of these wins, the New York Yankees are sitting at 24 and 21 in the American League East as the Orioles drop to 20 and 24. Jumping out slightly to Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Rays would host the Boston Red Sox and beat them 11-1 at home. Former AL Cy Young winner Blake Snell would pick up his 4th win of the season. He's now 4-1 on the year. He would allow no earned runs in 5 innings pitched, striking out 5 batters. Boston Red Sox would only get 1 run. The RBI would come from Dalbec, but in addition to him, Verdugo would finish 2 for 5, and Devers would finish 2 for 4. Going out to the Tampa Bay Rays, their shortstop Joey Wendell would finish 2 for 4 with 2 runs on the day. Brandon Lau would finish 2 for 4 with a run. Their third baseman Yoshi Tsutsuga would finish 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. He'd finish with his 7th RBI on the day. Lowe, their designated hitter, would hit 2 home runs on the day. Nate Lowe had his first 2 home runs of the season. He would finish 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 3 runs. With this win, the Tampa Bay Rays are now 29 and 16 with the best record in the American League East. And with this loss, the Red Sox dropped to 16 and 30. Jumping out to the last team in the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays host the New York Mets and got mollywopped 18-1, 10 of those runs coming in the 4th inning. Jacob deGrom, reigning back-to-back Cy Young winner, would pick up his 4th win of the season, allowing 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched, striking out 9 batters. Big win for him and the New York Mets, taking you to the batters who played well. The right fielder, Michael Conforto, would finish 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 4 runs. He now has 9 home runs of the season. Wilson Ramos, their catcher, would finish with a home run as he finished 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs and 4 runs. Robinson Cano, their future Hall of Fame second baseman, finished 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Their elite designated hitter, Pete Alonso, would finish 0 for 5 with a run, striking out 3 times. With this win, the New York Mets are now 21 and 24, and the Blue Jays are now 24 and 20. Transitioning to the National League East, there was a doubleheader in Miami between them and Philly. In the first game, Philly would beat them, blank them 11-0, and Aaron Nola would pick up his 5th win of the season. He's now 5-3 on the season. He would allow no earned runs, striking out 10 batters in 7 innings. And for the Phillies, their left fielder, former National League MVP Andrew McCutchen, would finish 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs as he hit his 6th home run of the season in the 3rd inning. Their first baseman, Rhys Hoskins, would finish 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs as he now has 10 home runs in the season as well. Their elite right fielder, Bryce Harper, would finish 0 for 4 as he struck out once. With this win, the Philadelphia Phillies are now 22-19, and the Marlins now drop to 20-20. And jumping to the second game, the Marlins would take the second game of that series, beating the Phillies 5-3. Castano would get the start for the Marlins, only pitching 3.2 innings, allowing no earned runs, but 1 run total, striking out a batter. For the Phillies, their elite center fielder, Bryce Harper, would finish 1 for 3 with a run on the day. JT Realmuto, their designated hitter, finished 3 for 4 with an RBI. For the Miami Marlins, their first baseman, Gary Cooper, would go on to finish 2 for 3 for the day. With this doubleheader split, the Philadelphia Phillies are now 22-20, and the Marlins are now 21-20 in the National League East. And jumping out to the last 2 teams in the National League East, the Washington Nationals hosted the Atlanta Braves and beat them 8-7 in the 12th inning, off of a Michael A. Turner single to put them up. Big win for the Nationals. First off, for the Atlanta Braves, Tomlin would get the start and allow 5 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. Not that great of a game for him, but for the Braves, out of their hitters, their elite center fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr., would finish 0 for 2 on the day as he struck out once. Their elite first baseman, Freddie Freeman, would finish 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run. Their designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna, would hit his 14th home run of the year. He would finish 5 for 6 with 4 RBIs and a run. Even though the Braves lost, that would still be a big game for him. And their elite second baseman, Ozzie Albies, would finish 3 for 5 with 2 runs on the day. For the Washington Nationals, their right fielder, Adam Eaton, would go 1 for 6 with 2 runs. Trey Turner would go 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Their elite designated hitter, Juan Soto, would finish 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. Eric Thames would pick up his third home run of the season as he finished 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run. And then Yan Gomes, their catcher, would go on to finish 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run. With this win, the Washington Nationals are now 17-26 on the season, as the Atlanta Braves are now 26-19. Now, jumping out to the Central, starting off in Kansas City, the Royals hosted the Pirates and beat them 4-3 at home. Bubic would pick up his first win of the season. He's now 1-5 for the Royals this year. For the Pirates, their first baseman, Josh Bell, would finish 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run, as he hit his 5th home run of the year. For the Kansas City Royals, their shortstop, Adalberto Mondesi, would finish 1 for 2 with an RBI and 3 runs. He hit his 3rd home run of the season. Additionally, their third baseman, Michael Franco from Philly, finished 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And with this win, the Royals are 18-28 as the Pittsburgh Pirates drop down to 14-28. Jumping to the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins hosted the Cleveland Indians and beat them 3-1. Kenta Maeda picking up his 5th win of the season. Shane Bieber, AL Cy Young leader, picking up his first loss of the season. For Shane Bieber, he would allow 3 earned runs in 7 innings pitched, striking out 8 batters. Kenta Maeda from Minnesota would allow no earned runs, striking out 7 batters in 7 innings pitched. With this win, the Minnesota Twins are now 28-18, and the Cleveland Indians drop down to 26-19. For the Indians, their elite shortstop, Francisco Lindor, finished 1 for 4 on the day. Their third baseman, Jose Ramirez, had finished 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run, as he would hit his 10th home run of the season. For the Minnesota Twins, their center fielder, Byron Buxton, would finish 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run. He hit his 7th home run of the season. With this win, like I said, they're 28-18. Kenta Maeda picking up a big win against Shane Bieber. Staying out in the American League Central, the Chicago White Sox hosted and defeated the Detroit Tigers 4-3. All of the runs were scored in the 6th inning in this game somehow, some way. Casey Mize would pick up in Giolito, neither of them would get the decision for this one. Mize would allow 2 earned runs in a little over 5 innings pitched, striking out 5 batters. Giolito would allow 3 earned runs in just under 6 innings pitched, striking out 7. For Detroit, it would be their right fielder, Daz Cameron, who would pick up a couple RBIs as he finished 1 for 4. For Chicago, their left fielder, Eloy Jimenez, would finish 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run as he hit his 12th home run of the season in the 6th inning. With this win, the White Sox are 28-16, and the Detroit Tigers drop to 20-24. Jumping out to the National League Central, the Milwaukee Brewers hosted the Chicago Cubs and beat them 1-0. The only run of this game scored in the bottom of the 9th off of a sacrifice fly from Ryan Braun. John Lester would get the start for the Cubs, who would allow no earned runs, striking out 8 batters in 6 innings. And Brandon Woodruff would get the start for Milwaukee, allowing only 1 hit, no earned run, striking out 12 batters in 7 innings, and it would eventually lead to the win. For the Chicago Cubs, their elite third baseman, Chris Bryant, would finish 1 for 4, striking out 3 times. Their elite sub left fielder, Javi Baez, wouldn't get a plate appearance at all. For the Milwaukee Brewers, their elite left fielder, Christian Yelich, would go 0 for 3 with a run. Avisail Garcia would finish 2 for 3 on the day. With this win, the Brewers are now 20-22, as Josh Hader picked up his first win of the year. For the Chicago Cubs, they are now 26-20 with this loss. And jumping out to the last game of the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals hosted the Cincinnati Reds and lost 3-1. Luis Castillo would pick up his 2nd win of the season. He would allow 1 earned run and 2 hits and 9 full innings pitched, striking out 6 batters in a complete game win. Adam Wainwright would pick up his first loss of the season. He's now 4-1 after allowing 3 earned runs and 6 innings pitched, striking out 4 batters. In this loss for the Cincinnati Reds, their first baseman, Joey Votto, would finish 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run. He hit his 7th home run of the season. And then for the St. Louis Cardinals, their elite first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt, would go 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. The only RBI would go to their third baseman, Matt Carpenter. With this win, the Cincinnati Reds are now 20-25, and with this loss, the St. Louis Cardinals are now 19-19. And last but not least, I'm going to jump out west. Starting out in the American League, the Texas Rangers hosted the Oakland Athletics, and Mike Fiers would pick up his 5th win of the season. He's now 5-2. Fiers would allow 4 earned runs in 6 innings pitched, striking out 5 batters. For the Texas Rangers, their shortstop Elgis Andrews would finish 12 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He hit his third home run of the season, and Rougned Odor, their second baseman, would finish 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs, and as he hit his fourth home run of the season. For the Oakland Athletics, their second baseman, Tommy La Stella, would finish 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Their first baseman, Matt Olson, would finish 2 for 5 with 5 RBIs and a run as he hit his 13th home run of the season in the first inning. Like I said, big win for the Oakland Athletics. With this win, they are now 28-15 on the season, and the Rangers now drop to 15-29 at the bottom of their division, continuing to stay out with the American League West. The Los Angeles Angels went to Colorado and they lost 4-8 after Colorado completely walked off and won off of a walk-off grand slam from Charlie Blackmon to win the game 8-4 in the ninth inning against the Angels. For the Angels, their elite GOAT-level center fielder Mike Trout would finish 2 for 3 with a run. Their elite third baseman Rendon would finish 1 for 4 on the day. Ben Boom, their catcher, would finish 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He hit his second home run of the season. For the Colorado Rockies, their right fielder Charlie Blackmon, who's been having an amazing season this year. He, in addition to hitting his 6th home run of the year as a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth, he would finish 2 for 4 with 5 RBIs and a run. And their first baseman Fuentes would finish 2 for 4 with 2 runs on the day. With this win, the Colorado Rockies are 21-23, and the Angels drop to 18-28. Jumping out to the National League West, the Arizona Diamondbacks hosted the Seattle Mariners last game of the night. They were able to beat them 4-3. Young would pick up the win. Kikuchi picked up the loss for the Mariners. But for them, Dylan Moore, their left fielder, Ty France, they both finished 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Moore would pick up his 7th home run. France would pick up his 3rd. Jumping out to Arizona, their left fielder, Josh Rojas, will go on to finish 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Their first baseman, Christian Walker, finished 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. And with this win, the Arizona Diamondbacks are now 17-23, and with this loss, the Seattle Mariners are now 19-25. Right now, we're gonna just looking forward to the games that are going to be played today, just the pitching matchups, because it's Saturday. A lot of the games are going to be earlier today, so that's, of course, something to look out for. So just to start from the very top, what to look out for, Ian Anderson's looking to get his 3rd win with the Atlanta Braves as they take on the Washington Nationals at 6:05. There is going to be a doubleheader between the Oakland A's and the Texas Rangers starting at 5:05. That's something to look out for. Tyler Glasnow's looking to get his 3rd win as the Rays take on the Red Sox at 6:40. Zach Plesac's looking to get his 4th win for the Indians as they take on the Twins. Julio Urias takes on Valdez as the Astros take on the Dodgers at 8:07 in that World Series matchup. Pitches might be thrown at heads, so that might be something to look forward to. Kyle Hendricks of the Chicago Cubs is looking to get his 6th win of the season, and as the Cubs take on the Brewers at 7:10. And following that, in the last game of the night, Dakota Hudson looks to get his 3rd win of the season as the St. Louis Cardinals look to take on the Cincinnati Reds at 8:15. And right before I get off, because tomorrow is Saturday, it's a big weekend to look forward to college football in terms of the top 25 games to look forward to tomorrow, or today, I mean. First off, 18th ranked North Carolina is going to take on Syracuse at noon, along with 23rd ranked Iowa State taking on Louisiana. Duke is going to take on 10th ranked Notre Dame on NBC. That's going to be a very big game, starting with the later games at 7:00. Number 5 Oklahoma is going to take on Missouri State, so that's going to be a 60-10 blowout. The number 1 Clemson Tigers are going to take on Wake Forest at 7:30 on ABC, so that's going to be another blowout on TV for everyone to see. 14th ranked Texas is looking to take on UT El Paso at 8:00. And that's probably going to be a blowout as well. So, I mean, with college football coming out, that's definitely something to look out for as well. And with soccer coming up, there's a good amount there as well because Premier League is starting to slowly come back. Liverpool's looking to take on Leeds for their first matchup. Manchester United takes on Burnley. Manchester City, they're supposed to take on Aston Villa, but both the Manchester United Man City games did get postponed. But with that said, that's everything to look forward to today. Saturday, September 12th. Once again, I'm James Sims. This is The Elite. Thanks once again for listening to all 25 minutes of this piece. And with that said, I hope everything is well. Thanks for hearing my piece. Peace out.